Unintentional perfect daily 100. What's going on, guys? Motonosity here. God, this freaking bike, y'all. It's so nice. And honestly, every time you get on it, the seat is not that bad right away. Like right now, I'm completely fine. It's only when you've been on this bike for a long time that the seat actually starts bothering you. I mean, I'm gonna change the seat eventually anyways. Get something that I can use when I just wanna cruise. But tomorrow I'm going on a ride with Fry Riding and Hunter and Evo. It's gonna be our first all-together squad sport bike ride in, man, a couple of years. And that's gonna be a long ride. So my butt will probably be hurting after that one. But, you know, for now, headed to the gym, it's not gonna be a problem. By the way, hello to all the new subscribers. This bike, it's so freaking smooth. And it's, I can't get over the fact that this thing is so light. I said it and I'll say it again. One of the reasons that I sold my R1 was because of its weight. And this thing, it fixes that. I got the power of a liter bike in the weight of, well, like old 600. But anyways, welcome to all the new subscribers. You guys are awesome. And if you're coming across this video and you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, turn on all notifications. You guys get notified of all the videos that are going to be coming out for this bike. And part of what's coming out, oh, that's not a cop, that's a taxi. And some of the videos that are coming out for this bike are going to be the mods that I do to this thing. All of those install videos, you guys are going to want to know about them, so make sure you're subscribed. A lot of the questions or a lot of the comments that I was getting on freaking downshifts, clutchless downshifts, they're amazing. One of the comments that I was getting on, we're just going to cut in front of you because I don't want to be stuck behind you. Should get another daily 100 in here. Man, of course, a lot of the comments that I was getting on the couple of videos that I put out for this bike so far is what mods I'm going to do. And of course, everybody is interested in the exhaust I'm going to be putting on here. I want to go this way. And then I want to do... Where do I want to go? I think I want to go right... There we go. This whole little construction area, because they're doing so much here with the overpasses and whatnot, I don't come over here often enough to know exactly how they're doing all this and where the lanes are. You know what? When I was going to pick up this, was it this bike? I always got to catch myself before I hit that rev limiter, because otherwise the bike does a little jerk and it can catch you off guard. Today I wanted to talk about the mod plans that I have for this bike. And I know some of you guys are saying that I should keep it bone stock, other than maybe changing the exhaust. I shouldn't do anything else to this bike because it's perfect as is. And I totally respect that. I seriously do. But y'all know that I can't do that. You know that I got to do stuff to this bike. And it's not because I don't think that this thing is amazing as is. It's just that I love customizing my stuff. I love making it my own. I just don't want something that's identical to everything else on the road. But if you've been around since I had my 2009 R1, you know that I like to keep it tasteful. You know, my R1, it basically looked like a just tastefully modded base R1. It looked to the average person like it was just a stock bike. And that's gonna be what I'm shooting for on this thing. Yeah, I know I mentioned on Instagram, by the way, if you're not following Instagram, make sure you follow me at Motonosity. Been posting some super nice photos of the bike over there, so you should check that out. But I know I mentioned that I eventually probably will wrap it or something like that. Maybe get some aftermarket fairings. But that's not, it's not something that's going to happen really quick. Like that's down the road, maybe not even until like a year or two from now, especially because of the fact that apparently shipments for these things are like hella delayed. So I don't think there's actually going to be very many of these on the road for a long time, so I don't have to worry about it looking just like every other new S1000 quite yet. But yeah, I want to keep it real clean. I want to keep it looking kind of like a factory plus. By the way, where the heck, this is not where I wanted to go. I definitely missed where I was going to turn off. I think I'm on 7th Street. Oh, Koenig? How the heck did I get over here? What the heck? I exited way sooner than I wanted to. And slow down for the railroad crossing. But yeah, now that I've given you guys an actual vision of what I want to do with this thing, let's talk about actual mods. Why are we braking? So starting at the front, and you know, I wanted to do this, but I wasn't thinking that I wanted to do it as quick as I do now until I saw a picture on Instagram of the bike without the mirrors. You guys know I remove the mirrors from all my bikes, and I usually either go with a bar end or just run no mirrors because I shoulder check all the time anyways. But I saw a bike without the mirrors, and it just, oh, the bike looks so good without the front mirrors, as if there are rear mirrors on the bike. It looks so good without the mirrors. So I am going to be removing them, but just like on my R6, the turn signals are integrated. So if I want to keep turn signals on the front of the bike, I got to come up with another solution. And there is a solution. A company makes turn signals that integrate into the BMW emblem on the side, and it looks super clean, super factory. So that's probably the route that I'm going to go with them. I want to do some bar ends on this thing. I know on my R6 I don't even have any mirrors. On my R1 I didn't run mirrors either. But I think I want to put on some bar end mirrors on this thing, and put on some actual better, nicer crash protection bar ends, along with other crash protection as well. I want to do some frame sliders as quickly as I possibly can, because I don't want to just accidentally lay this bike down for whatever reason. And I know if that happens before I get them on here, I'm going to be super pissed at myself. So that's definitely top of the list right now. And there's some other frame protection stuff as well. You've got the axle sliders front and rear that you can do, the frame covers. Speaking of the frame covers, I want to do some carbon fiber on this bike, and I don't want it to go like all out on carbon fiber. I want it to be, again, I want this bike to be tasteful, so I don't want the whole thing to be covered. Just gonna do a little splitsy here. But yeah, the frame protection that you can get, the frame covers, that's one of the areas that I think I might want to do the carbon fiber. I think you can also do carbon fiber on the black pieces right here and right here, and we'll see if there's a few other places that we can do a little carbon fiber, just to kind of give a little accent to the carbon fiber wheels. I do want to do some chain adjusters, some new chain adjusters on the back. I had a pair from Light Tech on my R1, and honestly it was probably like top 5 mods on that bike. I love those chain adjusters because they make it super simple, and they clean up the clean up that little area of the bike, because the stock axle blocks just look kind of crappy. Even on this thing, they're not, you know, particularly exciting or anything like that, but it just adds a little spice to an area that you don't expect it. Speaking of the chain, I do want to do a 520 conversion on here, but I don't think that I'm going to change the teeth on it. I did one down in the front on my R1, and that was like perfect on that thing. But honestly, I think I don't want to change anything on this. Oh man, oh, that white E46 M3, that's what I wanted. I used to have a blue, it was man, I can't even remember the color. It was that like some metallic black, but I always wanted a white M3 with the cinnamon seats. That's definitely a car that I'd like to get again. I gotta say though, finding neutral on this bike is like way harder than it should be. I do want to change the gas cap on here. I do want to put some case covers on this thing. I am kind of disappointed that it cover up that bronze. I know some people don't like that bronze and think it ruins the look. I think it looks gorgeous. It's a freaking classic on this thing, and I really think that it adds a little spice to it. Kind of bums me out that you got to cover that up with case covers if you want to have some protection on here, but it is what it is. I want to do it. I will not get bored of those downshifts. All right, well, I'm gonna go get a workout in, and when I come back, we'll pick it up where we left off. Talk about more of the mods going on this thing. Good old dedicated motorcycle parking. Yeah, looks good. God, it's a good looking bike. All right, I'm gonna go get my gains on. Woo, it's dark. I hope you guys can see all right. I bumped up the ISO, so it might look a little bit noisy in terms of quality, but hopefully you guys can see pretty well. I'm gonna be jumping on the highway here where we're gonna have plenty of light. But back to talking about the mods. Now I know there's gonna be stuff that I forget, but hopefully I don't forget too much. And you guys can give your thoughts down in the comments if there's certain mods that you guys really like, stuff that you guys want to see me do. Let me know. I do want to put some new rear sets on here. Honestly, the ones on here aren't too bad, but I always like having more adjustability just because I got long legs, so it's good to be able to get something that's a little bit different from stock. Plus I want to get some black ones. Dang, freaking dude in that F-150 is booking it. Whoops, definitely did not want to get on the express lane. Oopsies. All right, that's all right. I've never gone through this tunnel, so they added this express lane to Mopac, the highway on the west side of Austin, and I haven't gone through there since they did that. But yeah, I want to do some different rear sets because I want to get some black ones on here to kind of get rid of some of the silver. There's not too much silver on the bike. The other thing I noticed right away was the rear seat. I mentioned that the rear seat is an option. Normally it comes with the seat cowl, I think, but I'm pretty sure all the ones that were shipped to the States came with the rear passenger seat. So I'm gonna see if I can get my hands on one, because I'm not gonna be having anyone on the back of this. And I really like the clean look of the seat cowl. The other thing on the rear, of course, is the fender eliminator. Now the rear fender isn't too bad on this bike, honestly, and I kind of like the rear turn signals, but it just looks so much better when you get the fender taken off of here. Cleans up the rear end just like on any other sport bike. But again, it's not as bulky as most sport bikes, so honestly, if you didn't want to take it off, it doesn't really look too bad. But one of the things that I'm hoping is going to happen is that a company like TSC Industries is going to, and I'm going to name drop them so you guys can let them know. Let them know that Motornosity wants an integrated taillight. But no, I think that companies are going to come out with integrated taillights for this thing in the spot that the fender leaves. And it's not that big of a spot, but I think if you combine it with replacing the whole rear plastic back there, I don't know if it's possible, but just looking at it, I think that's what these companies might end up doing, is just putting a new piece of plastic on there that opens up that spot a little bit bigger so that they can do a larger integrated tail light. And the other thing that I didn't notice until I picked up the bike is that the rear of the tail has the same jagged edge as the outgoing model. It's subtle, but that jagged rear is still there. It's just that there's no tail light. So if a company combines that with replacing the plastic on the underside, you could get a tail light that looks kind of similar to the old model. Now the other thing that I noticed that I wanted to do is some tank grips. Now I do like the look of a clean tank, but I always like having tank grips on my bikes when I can. I never ended up putting on my R6, but I meant to. But I love having them on my R1 just because it makes it look a little bit more secure on the bike. You slide around a little bit more without them. I don't know. I like having them on here. Man, those downshifts are so clean. What else is there? I don't think there's anything else on this bike that I want to do. Of course I'm going to do a freaking exhaust on the thing. I know a lot of people are telling me to do the Acura, pretty much because the Acura is the only option available, and I just don't want to do one. It's a little too factory for me. I'm going to be waiting until some of the other exhausts hit the market. Of course, you guys know I'm a huge fan of Le Vinci, but I want to wait to see what else comes out. I've always really wanted to do an Austin Racing exhaust. I do like SC Project exhaust as well. We'll see. There's so many good looking and good sounding exhausts. What's up, coppers? How you guys doing this evening? I am a lawful citizen with a brand new bike that has insurance. You have no reason to pull me over. I always got to think about those things whenever I'm riding. I'm like, is my bike up to date with registration? Do I have any insurance issues? I shouldn't, because I have insurance on all my bikes. Am I speeding? I haven't taken the mirrors off my bike, so you can't get me for that. I might do a different visor eventually, one that rises a little bit higher. I don't know, for some reason I don't, it feels a lot lower than on any of my other bikes. Just doesn't give as good wind protection as I would like, but I think I want to keep it clear. All my other bikes I've blacked them out, or actually all of them I blacked them out. I want to keep the clear one on here, especially because it's, you know, functionally better for track days. I do want to do levers. I'm a huge fan of ASV levers. I don't know if it's the route that'll go on this. It's probably the route that'll go, but we'll see. I really like the feel of ASVs. They're just so solid. The last couple main things that I can think of right now are all the different air mods that I'll do after I change the exhaust, and then of course flashing the bike. Definitely gonna happen. There might be a few things here or there that I do. I might swap this out for something a little bit fancier. Looks super basic, but of course I'll throw a Motonosity res cover on there when I remember, which you guys can get at motonosity.com/shop, along with all my other merch, shirts, key tags, stickers, prints of the photos that I take. Definitely check it out. I'll link down in the description for that. And just for today, because I feel like it, y'all get 10% off with the code S1000RR. I'm sure there's like something ridiculous that I'm forgetting, but you know, that's a good start. That's a good start for what I got in mind for mods on this bike. Let me know in the comments what you guys think I should do to this bike. But that's gonna be it, guys. Y'all have been awesome. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you get notified of all my videos. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Y'all have been awesome. I've been Motonosity. Remember, life's better with horsepower. Keep life lived. I'll see you guys in the next one.